worm cult attacked the palace district. You were there, Tayer Canor. Were you injured?
It was a close call, but the Stirk Fellowship intervened and saved us.
The tides washed the outsiders to our shore for good reason, it seems.
I just thank the Three Queens they were there when we needed them.
Good. The Bone Lord is still here, and he is awake again. Sergeant, we need to speak with the prisoner.
Very well. Prisoner's all yours.
Do you come to mock Kagajal for his defeat? Enjoy it while you can. The triumph of the Black Worm is close at hand. This one will not be your prisoner for long. Kagajal is sure you would like to know. But this one does not give up his brethren so easily. Death holds no terrors for one who walks the necromantic path. Kill Kagajal and be done with it. He will be back. That is not unreasonable. This one may not fear death, but he admits dying is always unpleasant. Still, if Kagajal helps you to make trouble for the Order, they will not forget. There will be punishment. You would do that? The Worm Cult would not have treated you so kindly. Very well. Go to Tarner Mine, in the mountains by the southern coast. Be warned, it is well guarded. Faranor has an important task there, but this one knows not what it is.
Some would say that the merciless deserve no mercy. Yet by sparing one villain, we may save the lives of many innocents. Surely that is the greater good in this case. I will meet you in the mine, my friend. I suspect Wormblood and Faranor shared that information only with those who needed to know. The note you and Scordo found referred to a shipment of great importance, did it not? If it is important to them, then it is important to us. Honor your promise. I doubted you would have much success by speaking gently to such a foe. It was, however, effective. If there is a path to redemption for the Bone Lord, perhaps it begins with an act of mercy. Now we should be on our way.
Over here, mercenary.
This is the place, but the passage splits. You try the door on the left, I will go right. Hackwings hunt in pairs, but we will cover more ground if we split up. Keep your eyes open, my friend. I may not be close enough to assist if you run into trouble. These tunnels appear to twine together like snakes. I will rejoin you when I can. Nothing more than spiders and acolytes so far. Keep looking! the tracks. The passage opens up the path ahead.
Don't underestimate that.
Paths meet again. I did not expect an underground river. Let us see what is on that barge. I can taste the river. It runs east under the mountains. It must pass through the Writhing Wall, or beneath it. The worm cult sends a sarcophagus to the other side of Solstice. We should take a closer look. I know that likeness, Manimarco. These are his remains. Nothing good can come from letting this sarcophagus reach worm blood.
You dare disturb the King of Worms? Gotta smash them! Look out!
Zeus! Tharanor's monster knocked us into the river. Come, we need to discuss what we found here. It is not often I find a current I cannot master, but today the river proved stronger than I was. At least we found out what the worm cult's important shipment was. The mortal remains of Manimarco, the King of Worms. Is it not obvious? They seek to bring their leader, Manimarco, back from the dead. A necromancer of Wormblood status is certainly powerful enough for the task. The Soul Reapers, the Writhing Wall, he wields necromancy unlike anything seen before. Manimarco planned to elevate himself to become the god of death. I imagine he would resume that journey. Still, I thought Molag Bal had a claim on his soul. Recalling Manimarco from Cold Harbor should not be possible. If that is what Wormblood needs to unlock the gates of Cold Harbor and return Manimarco to Nirn, we must discover what it is and make sure he does not acquire it. What kind of a gift is death, anyway? Return to Prince Azar and see if our allies have news of Wormblood. Beating him to whatever prize he seeks is even more important than we thought. Do you see that eddy in the pool? That is the way out. I will see you in Sunboard. You defeated him at Sankra Tor, did you not? Worm cult fanatics must have retrieved his body after you left. Manimarco had no shortage of willing followers, and I have no doubt a master of death magic would prepare a grand sarcophagus just in case. Do not be misled by the shambling corpses or dusty bones you have seen. That is the work of but a moment. With time, skilled necromancers can restore a years-old corpse to a lifelike state if they care to do so. For Manimarco, they would. You defeated him at Sankra Tor, did you not? Worm cult fanatics must have retrieved his body after you left. Manimarco had no shortage of willing followers, and I have no doubt a master of death magic would prepare a grand sarcophagus just in case. Do not be misled by the shambling corpses or dusty bones you have seen. That is the work of but a moment. With time, skilled necromancers can restore a years-old corpse to a lifelike state if they care to do so. For Manimarco, they would.
Comrade, were you successful? Did you find the passages beneath? Comrade, tell me quickly, did you find the passages beneath? And did you discover what was so important down there? And what of Walks and Ash? Did something happen to the Pact representative? Manimarco's remains? Surely the Worm Cult cannot want to bring back the King of Worms. Yet what else would they do with his corpse? You return with grim news indeed, comrade. What about Farinor, or Wormblood? Were they there too? The fortunes of battle can be fickle. Even if Farinor escaped justice, you at least returned with information. Now we know the Worm Cult has Manimarco's corpse. We must endeavor to foil their plans. Meanwhile, Gabrielle may have learned something.
It's strange. Vanus' staff is definitely pulling me somewhere. I think... Vanus, where are you?
Almost. This is no good. Gabrielle, I have much to tell you. Bring my staff to Lizal. The wall is thin there. I'm in a worm cult prison. Listen, Wormblood is looking for a Sithis shrine in Solstice. I think he... A relic called... Gift of... Damn, I can't...
I think I know what we need to do. Friend, let's talk.
Lizal.
I knew this staff of Vanus's was trying to tell me something. He made sure to leave it behind for me when the worm cult captured him at the Earth Forge. He knew we were going to need it. The message wasn't terribly clear, was it? He said he was still a prisoner, but I don't think he was calling for help. I think Vanus wants to warn us about something. He was trying to tell us how to make it easier for him to reach us. I know Vanus Galarian can be rather full of himself, but in his case, a bit of overconfidence is warranted. This wouldn't be the first time he let himself be captured to get close to his enemies. Vanus has likely seen things we have not, but we have information he needs to know too. For example, your discovery of Manimarco's sarcophagus. Slowly but surely, we're bringing the worm cult's plots to light. Thank you, friend. I've been wondering why Vanus Galarian's staff is pulling me here and there around Solstice. Now that Vanus managed to send a message, I finally know why. I think he's on the other side of the Writhing Wall. That's what we thought. But Vanus mentioned a thin spot in the wall at Lizal Pass. If the wall impedes his ability to communicate with us, that must be because he's on the other side of it. Take the staff to Lizal Pass and re-establish contact with Vanus. He may need our help, or we may need his. I think he wanted to warn us about something Wormblood is planning. We need to find out what that is and stop it. Will you go with me? Regent Corinway said Lizal Pass is located in the mountains north of Sunport. Meet me there. The sooner we can speak to Vanus again, the better. We'll leave Prince Azah and the others to figure out which shrine Wormblood is interested in. Vanus Galarian is an archmage, and the longtime foe of Manimarco and the Worm Cult. In fact, Vanus founded the Mages Guild specifically to combat the rising influence of dark necromancers in Tamriel. Oh, it was centuries ago, long before my time. But what's a few centuries to a high elf archmage? Back in those days, Vanus and Manimarco were friends of a sort, then rivals. They studied together in the Psijic Order until their falling out. As I understand it, Vanus caught Manimarco practicing forbidden magic. The Psijics allowed Manimarco to leave without taking any steps to stop him. So, Vanus left as well. He founded the Mages Guild to do what the Psijics would not.
Nazaba knows the value of a good mount. Nazaba believes that you do too, so no need to haggle, yes?
Yahoo!
Not so close, Patches. Wouldn't want you to come down with this scourge, too.
It's all uphill from here. We're too close to the Writhing Wall for a portal. But I brought grapple bows just in case. Not much of a pass, is it? If I'm not mistaken, this cave leads to a path through the mountains. More of a goat track, really. Be ready for some climbing. We'll probably have to do this the hard way. Grapple bows. Never used one? They're fun. Since the Writhing Wall interferes with portal magic and we're going to get very close, I won't be able to use spells. So I brought the bows to help us climb. I hope we won't have to use them, but here you go. I hope Vanus will take care of that for us. If we reach a spot where the Writhing Wall is thin enough, he'll find us. All we have to do is keep going up, and deal with any worm cult patrols in our path.
Nicely done!
Clearly the worm cult is here, and having some trouble with the local wildlife. Cliffs ahead. See that post above the red flowers? It would be a good place to use a grapple bow. This looks like a promising spot. Be ready.
Finally! We must speak swiftly. I have little time. Gabrielle, help maintain our connection. Good. I hoped you or Gabrielle had my staff, but I couldn't tell if you got my previous messages. I haven't quite escaped yet, but we must be swift. The permanence of the wall fluctuates and I can be cut off at any moment. Where are you now? I'm in Solstice as well, on the other side of the Writhing Wall from you. The worm cult brought me here from Cold Harbor, and they brought Cold Harbor here as well. Wormblood is attempting a new plane meld, in reverse. Like Molag Ball's dark anchors, but in reverse. Instead of dragging our world into Cold Harbor, he's bringing Cold Harbor into Nuremberg. The eastern side of Solstice is already changing. You can't, not while the wall still stands. I have some help in here, but my ally convinced me it's impossible for now. The Writhing Wall is an insuperable barrier, thin spots such as Lizal notwithstanding. I need you to...
Father, I see what Vanus meant by permanence. The thickness of the wall fluctuates. We need to find another weak point. More cliffs. Look for grappling points to traverse these ruins. Vanus is right about Cold Harbor. I can see elements of that foul place all around us. Here. The wall is thin here.
I'm here. Quickly, there is more I must tell you. Curse the luck. I sense that the Writhing Wall fluctuates at random, but I assumed we'd have more time. Thin points appear and disappear without warning. How far has the Wormcult's reversed plane melt progressed on your side of the wall? Daedra. That's worrisome, but not unexpected. If you aren't surrounded by lakes of azure plasm or looking up at floating islands of rock, then things haven't gone too far yet. We still have a little time to stop the worm cult. I'm not sure yet, but an army of necromancers and Daedra is massing in eastern Solstice. Clever of Wormblood, really. If he gathered his forces anywhere in Tamriel, we would have noticed. But a cursed island in the Writhing Wall blinded us. Unlikely. Wormblood controls a terrible source of power on my side. Something that consumes souls. The worm cult soul reapers feed this thing. In turn, it empowers the Writhing Wall. Great effort. But to what?
Cut off again! We must find another place where we can speak with Vanus. Up the steps. Another weak point.
My captors have finally figured out I'm up to something in here. Listen closely. Wormblood seeks a relic called the Gift of Death. My source tells me it's hidden in a place called Vaska's Shrine. He must not acquire it. It's part of a Tibahatse court, sacred to Sithis. My ally here tells me it's in the hills southwest of Sunport. The Solstice Argonians used to play a ritual game there. A bloody one. As for why Wormblood wants the Gift of Death, I'm not sure. The worm cult brought Manamarco here. Now that explains much. Wormblood must believe this Gift of Death can resurrect his old master. It's up to you then. Stop Wormblood from obtaining the relic. If he... Damn it. Here come my captors.
Lost Vanus. We were lucky to learn as much as we did, but we know what we must do. Let's talk, friend. I hope Vanus is alright. I don't like the way that last conversation ended. For that matter, I don't like what he told us. The worm cult gathering strength behind the Writhing Wall, and a new plane meld? That's terrible. I don't think so. Vanus mentioned a source of power. Still, we had to invade Cold Harbor to stop the plane meld before. Good people lost. Dead. I've missed Dardarian ever since. Now Wormblood is bringing it back? And Manamarco too? You're right, of course. We don't know if Wormblood is close to his goal. So you'd better head to the Tibahatse Shrine. Find the Gift of Death before he gets there. Or at least delay him. I'll return to Sunport and warn the Fellowship. Good luck at Vaska's Shrine. I'll make sure Princess Ah sends help just in case you run into Wormblood too. It hardly seems fair. So many gave so much to stop the worm cult last time. Like Darian. Now they're back. So what did Darian die for? Memory's a bittersweet thing. When I think of Darian's smile, his laugh, I can't help but remember what it felt like to be with him, how I felt about him, and that makes me miss him even more. I suppose I can admit it. Darian was more than a friend. It started as a game. I pretended I was scandalized by his endless flirting. He pretended he wasn't serious. I wish I had said something about how I really felt. But I think he knew. Nothing with
I'm gonna show off a little.